I'm not even really in charge.
Your cat is
I
in
get
charge.
up when it's time to feed her.
You feed her in the morning.
She's on a diet right now.
Oh, is she a chunky gal?
Listen, I don't want to body shame her. I think she's perfect exactly the way that she is,
Sure.
but I was told she's not an appropriate weight
Okay.
for her age and her size.
Sure.
I used to just like free feed her. I was like, you're an independent woman. Eat when you want to eat. A microphone, but it's like looks like an old-timey microphone, so it sits on the table, and it just is like do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. It's like silver. Yeah.
Okay. What do you use it for?
Well, I had started a podcast, but then I let it go. I never did anything with it.
Was it called something fun like Blissfully Unaware or something like that?
No, but thank you.
I think that's a great. Is that not a great name?
It's great.
But you didn't do that.
I didn't do that. It was like interviewing exes separately about the relationship.
That's terrifying.
Yeah. So it was like, what made you fall in love with the person originally? What did you like about them? And then what was sort of like, what ended it? Like, what was the deal breaker?
Was that not trauma for you to inherit from other people?
No, it was really, really interesting. But I had trouble finding. I had a lot of people who would tell me their side of the story, but who wouldn't let me reach out to the ex to get the other side of the story.
I would be like, I don't need to hear your side unless I can get both sides. So if you're not willing to put in touch.
Right. So then I just was like, I don't have the time or energy to do this.
Before we get into the tea, I just have to ask, did you ever think as you're doing this podcast, I'm going to have to share one of my own?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
Did you?
No, but I would. There are people that I would have been willing to reach out to, and there are people that I would not be. There are exes that live in LA that in my head, sometimes when I go places that they might be, I look for where the exits are so that if I see them, I can run. Not because they were scary, but
you just don't want to have an encounter.
I literally do not want to have a conversation. I genuinely have an ex where I sometimes think about if I made eye contact with him in public, would I fight or flight or freeze? Would I run or would I have to be like, hello, how are you?
Is that stemming from embarrassment or
I honestly don't know. But if I saw him in public and we locked eyes, I genuinely don't know if I'd be able to be like, oh my God, hi, how are you? Long time.
I have 1,000 questions about that, and we're going to get to it in a second. I do want to touch on the tea that we're drinking today. The tea that you and I are drinking, so this is by Bird and Blend. They make normal tea, but this one happens to have a little Harry Potter edge to it. This is Butter Brew. It's a black tea. I personally did this at 212 for 4 minutes. You could probably go a minute, give or take, but I wouldn't oversteep it. I haven't tried it yet.
I haven't either. It's so hot.
Okay. Well, it steeps at boiling. So you may not want to, I'm going to come in here. I'm going to see what we got.
Okay.
It smells so good. It smells like butter beer, I think would smell like. Not that I've had it.
You don't know. They have butter beer at one of the, where is it? It's not at Disneyland.
Universal Studios.
Yeah.
And it was terrible.
Oh, that's a bummer. Is this terrible?
No.
Oh.
I like this.
Okay.
It's ever so slightly sweet black tea. Wonderful.
Great.
Yeah, you don't have to get it now.
Is it super hot?
I blew on it a little bit. So
I'll wait a second.
Yeah, you can wait.
I'm like a baby.
Wait, so okay, so you had a podcast and then you just let it go. Why?
Because I couldn't find people who were interested in letting me interview their exes.
That's interesting. And you would have been willing to do. Did you release the pod?
No.
So you just built a bunch of episodes and then didn't do anything with it?
Yeah, it's sitting on my computer.
Oh man.
And then a month ago, this woman, now I can't remember what publication, Vulture maybe or Vox or something in that vein.
Something that starts with a V.
Yeah,
Yep.
Maybe.
Viola Davis.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's who it was. There's a series of articles that was basically the same thing. It was two sides of the same story. And I reached out to her to be I started this podcast and I was having trouble finding people, but I feel with this publication attached, it might be easier. Would you be interested in having a conversation about working together? And she was like, I'm on vacation in Italy. Hit me up in next week. And I did. And then she ghosted me, but she answered me immediately right away.
How many times did you hit her up?
I hit her up the first time and then I followed up once.
Because she said follow up.
Yeah.
So yeah, my big thing with people, I think what you did is fine. I am someone who's I don't give up. So I'm just I'll email. Then they're like, I'm in Italy, email me next week. So I'll email them next week. Then if I don't hear back for 2 weeks, I'll email them again. Then if I don't hear back for 2 weeks, I'll email again. And then after that, if they have a number in their signature, I'll give them a call. Or if they don't, I'll be like, do I need this? Do I actually need this? And a lot of times,
but you're going to get stuff because of that. Whatever the stuff is, I'm like, oh, you don't want to talk to me? I'm so sorry for existing.
That is crazy.
I get immediately afraid.
You could be the host of a Viola Davis podcast.
Yeah, spread the word.
I'm going to call her.
Yeah, let her know.
Me and Viola.
I'm going to send you this woman's email and let you follow up with her over and over again.
I always tell people this, that like, whatever you're trying to do, there is a straight white male who feels so entitled that they are reaching with less experience, less talent, and worse ideas than you, who are reaching out to this person 10 times.
I know.
Crazy.
I know, but there's only so many times, like, and I know that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't make me then want to be that guy.
Of course. Yeah.
I don't think, because like, even like I run a show, right? And like the messages
Drinking Habits. Wonderful show. Go see it.
Okay. But like the people who like I'll get messages from people and be like, I want to do your show. I'm like, and do you know what I mean? Like, it's just like that energy to me is very off-putting.
Yeah. It's funny I'm not going to name this person, but there was one person in the LA comedy scene who garnered quite a reputation for aggressive show outreach. And
is it a man?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you think it was a woman?
No, but there's always, you know what? It's just like equal opportunity.
Yeah, equal opportunity offenders. Yeah. But I do think there's a lot of that. You know, I ran a show for 6 years.
The West Side one?
Yeah. The number of people, there was one person who I also won't name, who once reached out and said, hi, I've done Conan this many times. I would like to do your show. I would send you my availability, but I don't know what day of the week your show is. So you could just send me some dates and I'll let you know when I'm free. And I was like, it's the same day every month at the same time every month. You didn't have 30 seconds to go look it up?
Right.
I'm not dying for bookings right now. We get tons of emails on the show. I was like, I didn't even respond. And I literally hit up my co-host and I said, I'm never having this person on the show.
Yeah. The audacity.
Yeah.
It's also, the information is accessible.
Easily.
I look so hard before I submit to a show. Like, if there's not a process, like I'll check the personal Instagram, the show's Instagram, I'll look for an email, and only then will I DM and be like, if there's an easier way for me to submit, please let me know, but here's all this stuff just in case.
Oh yeah. Our Instagram literally said, it was the picture and under it said the jump off. And then right below that, it said 4th Thursday of every month at 8.
Yeah.
And I was like, had trouble finding that.
People don't read.
Yeah, apparently.
They genuinely don't read.
You know, someone said to me, and I don't know if this is a lie or conspiracy theory, that like R. Kelly can't read. And I think that's fascinating if it's true.
That is so out of nowhere.
Well, you said people don't read. And I was like,
R. Kelly? Firstly, he's already canceled. So his literacy is neither here
his
nor
literacy
there.
is not the biggest issue in question.
Yeah, correct.
But someone was just
But it is part of it.
Yeah.
It's not part of the problem.
It would just be shocking to me how far someone can make it without the ability to read. I mean, like, I'm sure it happens.
What's her face can't read?
From Leah Michelle.
Yeah. They think she's illiterate too.
Can you imagine if one day, and I don't know whether that's true or not. What do we think of it? You like it too?
It's smooth.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I wonder if two people sat in a room once and they go, what if we started a rumor that Leah Michelle can't read? Like, who comes up with that kind of thing?
But like, right. I don't think people sat in a room. I think people were on set with her and she like couldn't read the script.
Oh, so you actually believe that Leah Michelle can't read?
I don't have feelings about her in either direction.
Leah,
but
you're listening to this. Jamie Bliss thinks you can't read.
Okay. But in the articles where people talk about her, people have there's proof.
She's air quoting for those who are listening. Yeah.
Right. But like,
I love that you forgot it's an audio medium. A lot of air quotes there. Yeah.
It's part of who I am. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
No, listen, I don't disagree. I didn't know. I have not read the articles.
I'll send them to you.
Yeah, please do. But yeah, I mean, I just wonder like how far someone could get down the road just being like, yeah, no, I read it. They're like, what did you think about it? Oh, it's good.
Certainly in an industry that you're required to read and memorize.
Yeah, I mean, listen,
things.
Forget memorizing. What was it, Marlon Brando, who would just have his scene partner tape the script to themselves?
Is that true?
Yes.
Why?
In his later years, he didn't have to do anything. He was like, I don't want to memorize this crap.
Later.
Yeah.
That's like you've earned your laziness. That's not an illiteracy issue.
You can earn your laziness, but my God, having someone tape script on themselves, are you kidding me right now?
What movie did he do that for?
I don't know.
Oh.
One story I know it's great, not that this is the Marlon Brando podcast hour, but one story that I do love is that he and Frank Sinatra didn't get along.
Okay.
And they were in Guys and Dolls together. And there's a scene where Marlon Brando had to eat cheesecake and hated cheesecake. And so Frank Sinatra, it was either Frank doing it to him or him doing it to Frank, where intentionally kept screwing the scene up. So he had to keep eating more and more cheesecake just to be an asshole.
I love that.
It's a great story.
I think that's fine.
I've never been in a situation where I'm important enough where I can do that kind of shit. People go, oh,
Right.
It's fine.
You have to like be perfect.
You need to be the one.
Yeah.
Like somebody's be like, oh, Jamie's here? No, she can do what she wants. Yeah.
That would be nice.
Well, have you ever had it? I've not had it.
No.
Listen, you run your own show, maybe. I mean,
I live alone, so like on the day-to-day, I can get away. I'm my own boss. But kind of my cat is, honestly, I'm not even really in charge.
Your cat is
I get up when it's time to feed her.
You feed her in the morning.
She's on a diet right now.
Oh, is she a chunky gal?
Listen, I don't want to body shame her. I think she's perfect exactly the way that she is,
Sure.
but I was told she's not an appropriate weight
Okay.
for her age and her size.
Sure.
So now she gets a little bit of food in the morning and I used to just like free feed her. I was like, you're an independent woman, eat when you want to eat.
So unfortunately, that's what we do with the cats is they are on free feeding and I do not like it.
Oh, I thought it was great. It made my life much easier.
So Jess used to feed them in the morning.
Yeah.
And I was like, and what I noticed was at about 6:30 in the morning every morning, they were meowing at the door. And I was like,
time.
cool. So this is what's...
You sleep with your door closed and the cat's outside the door?
Absolutely.
What is wrong with you?
Why? Because I am a terrible sleeper to the point where I've had to start taking sleeping pills at night prescribed because I can't sleep.
Yeah, we all have that. No one thinks you're special.
You're right.
Take sleeping pills.
I hope people think I'm special for other reasons, but not that. Not that. One of them, completely fine sleeper. The gal, completely fine sleeper.
Yeah.
Finds a spot, nestles in, great. The boy, this guy thinks it's a goddamn cabaret show every night and just walks on your head and fucking, he will do this. And I'm not exaggerating. He will take his paw and just start tapping your face. Yeah. At like 4 a.m.
Yeah.
No.
Cats do that.
Right. Which is why they
but
don't
if you
come
let
in my
them
room.
sleep with you, they'll get used to it.
No.
They adjust to your schedule.
They were allowed to sleep in our room for a year.
How long?
And it didn't
a full
happen.
Year?
Yeah.
Are you exaggerating?
No. You can ask Jess.
I will.
Yeah, I'll put you in touch.
I'd love to.
Y'all would really get along.
I think so. I have a lot of questions. I can't wait to meet the cat.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, so I'm just like we started just feeding them at night. But yeah, I do think animals typically run a household.
I can't believe you shut the door at night and they sleep outside the door.
They have like 16 different beds all around the house.
No, it's not the same thing though. That's very upsetting to me. I would never. I can't even imagine. I can't even close the door. Like there are no closed doors in my apartment.
What if you want to use the bathroom or shower?
Well, I live alone.
Oh, yeah.
So the door stays open.
What if you weren't living alone?
The door stays open. She'll sit outside the door and scream and scratch at any closed door at any time.
I mean, I don't want to be crass here, but if you have a more, let's just put more intense bathroom visit required and you have someone else in the place, what are you going to do?
I will close it at a certain amount.
Okay. Brand new relationship. Guys there.
Brand new relationship. I don't ever go to the bathroom.
Ever?
I hold it until they're gone.
What if he's sleeping over?
But how new is it?
Newish.
No, it doesn't exist. I don't eat. I won't drink coffee. I just wait.
You'll just find essentially every way to avoid your body doing what it needs to do.
That's right. Until it's like later and I can be like, go in the other room so I can go to the bathroom.
You know what is interesting? Because I think we all do that. I think it's a very human thing. And I wonder, like, why did we all choose this path instead of the other path? I'd be like, well, everybody does it, so I'm going to go do that real fast.
Gross.
But like, why do we, this is not.
Like, even this conversation is making me feel embarrassed. Like,
Does
I don't
it?
like bathroom humor. I don't like people talk about going to the bathroom on stage.
I mean, I'm a clean comic. You know, I don't do any of that. But like.
I don't think clean comedy applies to bathroom humor.
I do.
No, it doesn't.
I don't talk about any of that stuff.
But that has nothing to do with clean. Clean comedy is like language and
content.
Like sex.
Yeah.
Mostly. It's not going to the bathroom.
Potty humor.
Yeah, potty humor is like a totally separate.
I don't do it. But I just think it's interesting that we've all as a society just chosen to make that a weird thing.
Yeah.
It makes dating so much harder.
It makes everything so much harder.
Yeah.
Being at work. Like imagine I sitting at work all day.
Yeah.
And just like pretending like it wasn't an issue.
Wait, I'm sorry. You don't use the bathroom in your job?
No.
Why?
Never.
Why?
Because I physically I can't. Like I have to be home by myself.
Is it like near everybody? Is it not like a separate area? It like,
I mean, it's not like in the middle of the office.
well, not in the middle of the office,
but other people go in there. It's not like alone.
No, of course not. But like I did once have a friend. I went to visit them in their office. The bathroom, I'm not exaggerating. It's like everybody is like in the center space. The bathroom is like 6 feet tops from a desk, and it's a one staller.
Is it a startup?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a one staller, and I go, no.
Never.
Never. I don't even think I'd pee.
No.
Couldn't.
I used to hold my pee all day at work.
That's not good for you. You get some kidney issues.
Well, I don't now. I mean,
Did you just knock on your own head instead of on wood?
because I don't know. Yeah, there's no.
Literally, you're surrounded by wood.
I know, but for a second, I was like, it's gonna be too loud.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. I've gotten used to. No one wants to use a public bathroom, but it's just like it is what it is.
Right, but I'm also like there's like so many issues. Like I have OCD, so like I don't want to be in a public bathroom.
Yeah, that's
anyway.
fair. That's fair.
Then there's like other people in there. Then there's just like the general shame of it.
Does the OCD plays into the bathroom too?
Yeah, when I started, my high school was 7th through 12th grade, so I was like a new student in
High school
7th
started
grade.
at 7th grade.
Well, junior high, but the campus was 7 through 12.
Oh, crazy.
Private schools in LA are like K through 6, 7 through 12.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Okay.
Okay.
So when I started 7th grade, I was on a new campus.
Okay.
For literally the first like full semester of school, I would not use the bathrooms on campus. I would like go to school in the morning and spend all day not going to the bathroom and then go home. And it was like an hour drive on a bus.
And your parents were not like,
Well, they didn't know. I'm not like reporting to them. They're like, how many times did you pee today? I
but
was 12.
but every time you came home, if you weren't just like bolting for the bathroom, you're like, what is it just a long bus ride? What's happening?
I don't know.
They weren't that attentive.
I mean,
That was not a shot at your parents. I just mean they were not that attentive to your bathroom
you can talk about my
experience.
parents. That doesn't offend me.
I don't know them.
No, right.
So I did want to tell you that the second half of this podcast, we're going to be talking exclusively about your parents.
Okay, they're here.
Well, so we actually got their side of the story already. And now
Okay,
we're going to
great.
get yours. Yeah.
Oh God, theirs is gonna be rough. I think.
Oh, you think so?
Maybe.
Okay. But that's crazy to me. One thing I remember you talked about this on stage once, and I was like, "Holy shit!" Is essentially doing exposure therapy.
Yeah.
And I was like, "That's so." Obviously, you know, you and I have different things that kind of trigger us. But like a really good example, okay, like I really don't like daddy long legs or whatever, but like I don't really like spider, like a spider. If it's got like a thick body. No, I don't want to be near
body
it.
Shaming spiders and cats.
I do.
You're
I'm a bad person.
Yeah.
And if someone were like, so your exposure therapy is you're gonna have to sit next to a spider, I'd be like,
Yeah.
nope, I'm good. And so when you were like talking about, I think like they were forcing you to like, I don't know, it was like touch dirty laundry or something, whatever it was.
Yeah.
I was just like, you let them put you through that?
Uh-huh.
That's torture.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Did it work?
It's a complicated answer.
Oh, we don't have to talk about this if it bothers you.
I don't care. I'd rather talk about this than going to the bathroom in public.
I mean, listen, we can cut all that if you want. I don't
Took
think we
a turn.
will, but you know, we could.
I'll offer it, but we're not going to do it.
I don't think we're gonna do it.
Oh, what I was going to say about the spider thing is that it doesn't affect your functioning. So the like cost benefit of needing to do exposure therapy for spiders is not.
Okay, that
You'll
makes sense.
sidestep the spider and you'll go about your business. Being
Yes.
like, that fat spider really bothered me.
It's a big booty spider.
The big booty spider.
Yeah.
Thick with 2 C's.
That's gonna be my rap name, Big Booty Spider. Yeah.
It's good.
Thank you.
You know, having to touch dirty laundry. Like the
I don't know if it was dirty laundry. I that's what my brain says, but I'm probably misremembering.
it was all things. It didn't matter. There was one day that I had to go and just like touch the car handle of my, like the handle of my car door. Like she was on Zoom upstairs and she was like, go downstairs and stand with your hand on the door of your car for, it was like 5 minutes. And then she was like, come back upstairs and then don't wash your hands and sit back down at this, wherever I was sitting to do therapy and finish the session without washing your hands.
I would have been like, I'm not paying you for the 5 minutes.
That was
you were just sitting there
that was
fucking
the whole,
around.
and she's on her phone. She's just
Yeah.
chilling.
Hope you enjoyed checking your emails.
Yeah. Paying for every minute of it.
Yeah.
But it's like, right, it's sort of like it wasn't like my favorite thing to do, but I took like a month of medical leave
Okay.
and I did it. I was doing that twice a week. It was recommended to me that I do an intensive outpatient program. And I was like, I'm not doing that. That's too much for me.
Yeah.
So I did it privately and out of pocket, which was probably not a great choice either, but,
Listen, concierge medicine is on the rise for a reason.
yeah.
But so you don't necessarily, do you still do it?
No, because I switched jobs and switched insurance, and it like became a whole mess. But I would like to. I mean, I sometimes like try to do the stuff by myself.
Yeah.
But it's harder.
Of course.
Because I'm like, I could just like clean everything really quickly and be done in an hour versus like not cleaning it and then thinking about it for the like. It just like it's hard to function after doing the homework.
It's hard to function in general.
Well, yes.
I think. Yeah. I feel like that is like it's good, but also like I would have a really tough time with some of that stuff. Like I'll give you a really good example. I was doing a show the other night, and I just wasn't paying as close attention as I should have, and accidentally touched the mic to my lips, and I was literally just like, oh, I have to set my face on fire now. Like that was literally my thought. I was like, this is the grossest. So because the guy up before me was just disgusting.
I would argue most people are disgusting.
Well, he was sweating from his forehead, like, and it was like hitting the mic. Also, some guys rested on their beard,
on their chin.
I'm like, gross. So, like, anyway, I'm seeing all this stuff, and my lips touched the mic, and I literally was just like, okay, like, is this the end of the road for me?
That's it.
Yeah. So, like, I'm not saying that's like what you have, but I definitely think.
But you also were like, that's gross, and then continued your day.
Yeah. Well, let me say something. I got chapped lips because I rubbed them so hard after the thing because I was like, this is disgusting.
With what you rubbed them? Like you went to the bathroom and cleaned it?
I washed my hands and I got water and was like rubbing them on my lips, and I was like,
oh, you really had a moment.
He was sweating into the microphone.
If a clean woman had been on stage before you, would you have been as upset?
Probably not.
No.
Or if a clean guy, probably not. But this guy was sweating on the mic. It was just gross.
It's gross.
Yeah.
Mics are gross, and people are spitting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I bet you missed the days when people were using the mic condom.
I still have hundreds of them in my cart. No, because now it feels embarrassing.
Doesn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like people get offended. Like I host a mic and I'm like, everyone tries to like shake my hand and I'm like, just don't touch me.
I don't know. My mom used to accuse me of being a germaphobe, and because I'm not exaggerating, she one time was like handling raw chicken.
Ew.
Then like had to get something out of the dog's eye, and then like I was like not washing her hands between these events, and I was like, this is too much for me.
That's gross. I don't think that makes you a germaphobe. I think that's...
Well, I also had that battle. And my mother to this day still thinks I'm a germaphobe.
Right.
Like another good example of something I do is after I pump gas, I like have a little hand sanitizer in my car, and I just,
I use a glove.
Okay.
And then I also use hand sanitizer.
On the glove?
No.
Like you sanitize
I like use the glove and then I throw it away and then I still use hand sanitizer.
Oh, I have no issue with that.
I bleach my phone and my glasses as soon as I walk in the door.
Every day?
Every single day.
Should I be bleaching my phone?
No.
Oh. I'm like
These are not normal. Don't write this down.
I'm taking lessons from you where you're like, don't learn from me.
I'm like, here's why I'm mentally ill.
Yeah. And I'm like, ooh, fun.
Yeah. Don't do it. It's bad. That's why it's like I try to leave the house once a day because I can't keep going like in and out of the house. Like I won't sit on the couch in outside clothes. As soon as I walk in the door, I like.
But
change.
you'll sit on my couch in outside clothes.
Well, you don't care.
No, I don't.
Right. And these are clean. These just came literally out of the dryer onto my body.
It's one of my favorite things.
Yeah.
When it's winter, sometimes I don't care how bad this is. Sometimes I'll like if I'm in the shower.
Yeah.
I'll right before I get in the shower, I'll go put like my boxer briefs in for a 5-minute time dry. So by the time I get out of the shower, warm and cozy.
I like that. I now know that you wear boxer briefs.
Oh, sure.
That was a good detail.
Oh, I didn't think about it. But yeah, no, I wear boxer briefs. Yeah. I think a lot of guys do.
Okay. I'm dating someone who only wears boxers and I think it's so weird. I was like, you have to tuck in so much material.
Like how?
Like a middle schooler. I'm like, can you just...
Like a cotton boxer?
Like regular boxers.
So like chunky. It feels like, that's like, to your point, it's like a whole other outfit.
I was like, why? He bought 2 pairs of boxer briefs for me. But I was like, I was like, wear these all the time. Like, isn't this more comfortable also? Because it's just like...
What did he think?
He still prefers his boxers. And I think it's so weird.
This is, I mean, I don't want to blow up a spot, but is he like wearing patterns and stuff? Like...
They have, they're like checkered.
Okay. Are you dating a middle schooler? What are we doing?
He's 32.
Nope. Okay. Nope. No.
It's too old.
It's too old to be wearing that.
I know. But I have to pick my battles.
That's true.
It's not one of them.
I think it was a TV show or a movie. For the life of me, will never remember where it's from. Anyone listening, if you remember, let me know. I was watching this thing. And I had some boxer briefs I liked and some boxer briefs I didn't like as much. They were like different brands. And I was like, whatever. And I'm watching this show one day. And a guy is telling his buddy, he's like, we got to get ready. Get in there and get ready. He's like, I'm sorry. And then he's like, I'll wait. And then from the back room, you just hear the guy go, shit. And the guy's like, what is the matter? And he's like, I'm out of my good underwear. And he's like, you're over 30. Every pair of underwear should be your good underwear. That day, I threw out all the boxer briefs I didn't like, threw them all out, went and bought my favorite brand, bought like 10 of them. And I'm like, we're good. We're good.
Did you feel like a real adult?
I was already wearing some of them, but I just realized like in that moment, same thing I do with socks.
Socks.
Yeah. I don't want to, when I had 2 pairs of socks that just like were getting like loose.
Yeah.
I was like throwing them out. I don't need that in my life. These socks did not cost enough that I should need to be holding on to this.
I know, but also I like having like a backup. Like I have like backup clothes where it's like I only wear the good socks and underwear when I'm like out. But like sometimes if I'm home, I have like an old pair of socks that like maybe has a hole.
Oh, it's the
home. And it's like, yeah, the home socks where it's like, it doesn't matter. I don't want to waste a good pair of socks.
At home.
I
actually totally get that.
Okay.
I have like, I would say like a pajama shirt, but I don't sleep in it. I just like, if I'm like lounging, if I like, I've changed, it's like 10 p.m. I'm not going out again. I'm like changing into sweatpants, like a crappy t-shirt.
Yeah.
And
as soon as I walk in the door.
I mean, like if I have to go back out, I don't do that.
Well, that's why I only leave the house once a day.
There's no way you can orchestrate your life entirely that you only leave once.
You'd be surprised.
I honestly would.
I really just don't. There's something in my eye.
Oh, okay. Well, look at the bright side. For those that are listening, they can't see this. Only the watchers are going to see you rubbing your eye.
Well, I just don't know where it's coming from.
I don't think I see you a lot without glasses. You ever wear contacts?
Yeah. How do you feel about it?
You look great.
Thank you.
What did you expect me to say?
You're like, you look weird without your glasses.
Why would I ever say something?
Because sometimes people have a genuine reaction. Oh. I thought I was going to like catch you in a.
I don't think I'm that shallow where I'm like.
It's not you, but like some people take like I know people that wear glasses and when they take them off, they look like a totally different person.
There was someone I know. This is terrible. There's someone I know, and I used to work with them, and I always saw him in glasses. And then one day he took his glasses off, and I was like, "Oh my god, his eyes are tiny. They're little beadies." I was like, "Oh no."
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, "I can't." But I've never.
What if you would have that? What if you were like, I don't know, your face looks concave. You know what I mean?
Your face looks concave.
Yeah, because there's like more space. I don't know.
Did you, when you first had to start wearing glasses, were you upset about it, or were you like, "I'm in"?
Yeah, I wore contacts mostly.
As a younger adult.
As a youth.
As a youth.
As a youth.
How old do you feel when you say the phrase "as a youth"? I feel old.
I just feel like I feel elderly constantly. It doesn't matter anymore. Oh, yeah. And now that I'm like bullying Gen Zers, like they're so stupid online.
You're bullying them?
Not online. I'm not like actually bullying them, but like when I have conversations, I'm like, Gen Z has no life skills, and they're now on Osama bin Laden's side. And I just like, have you not seen that?
No.
Okay.
Is this like 9/11 stuff going on?
They found this is gonna, you don't have okay. This has gone totally off the rails. They found Osama bin Laden's 2002 letter to America, and they've all decided that he made some good points, and that 9/11 was a resistance movement and not terrorism. So like I now feel old because I'm like, these Gen Zers have, what is wrong with? They're actually unhinged. That's insane.
Okay. Hold on. I'm not at all agreeing with that point, but here's one thing I'll say.
Oh God.
It used to drive me crazy.
Yeah.
When baby boomers would be like, "Oh, all you millennials don't know blah blah," and I was like, "Listen, you had an experience with one millennial that you have now applied to my entire generation, and it annoys crap out of me." Like one of the big things people said was, "Oh, millennials don't know how to stay at a job." I was like, "Cool, I was at the same company for 13 years. Don't talk to me about what millennials do and don't do."
Okay.
So like, I always am a little wary about saying like Gen Zers don't blank because I'm like, all Gen Zers are different.
No, but here's the thing: is that like. That was a time where we didn't have the internet, whereas now I have the data of thousands and thousands of TikToks being posted with people saying the same thing. It's not like I met one group of Gen Zers and I was like, "Oh, this whole generation." It's like I actually have the data to prove that a large majority of this generation is Team Osama bin Laden.
Did anyone ever call him OBL? I was just thinking about it as you said that. I don't think so. Anyone ever give him a nickname?
I don't think he needed a nickname.
I think he was Bin Lads, you know? Or I guess they called him Osama. Osama. Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess
that's just his name.
Bin Lads is almost longer.
It's, yeah.
Or Lottie. I don't know.
I don't know that he needed a cutesy nickname.
No, probably not.
Yeah.
I do remember, this is embarrassing. I remember that when he was assassinated, I was living in Chicago at the time, and me and my buddy were we were in the middle of a movie.
Uh-huh.
And then the news broke. He's like, should we pause? And I was like, oh my God, we're about to get to the climax. Like, can we just like deal with this? Like, it's like 30 more minutes left in the movie. And I literally made us continue watching the film before dealing with all the Osama
What's the deal with? It was just like, we got him.
Oh, there was a big like press conference and a big thing that was going to play.
Crazy. People were like cheering. I was very confused at that time.
Yeah, you would be cheering for the death of somebody, regardless of how bad they are.
Correct.
It's a little weird.
I was like at a house party and like the people turned the news on and everyone was like cheering. And I genuinely was like,
Sunday?
I don't know. I was young and I was like, I was cool for a while where I was just like out all the time. Now I don't leave the house.
That. No, I'm just kidding.
It's.
No, listen,
I can't now.
Jess regularly says to me, and this is not an exaggeration, and if you think it doesn't hurt my feelings, you're wrong. She says to me regularly, she goes, oh, I wish I had fun, Josh. Because like she'll like see my like friends from high school and college and like even post college and hear these crazy stories about me and be like, oh, I wish I had that Josh. I was like, oh, do you? Well, that Josh also was afraid of commitment. Is that the Josh you wanted?
Yeah.
I'm sure you could find him. I don't think you're going to like the results. Like, you know.
It's going to change the course of our.
Yeah, that Josh is so fun. Like, he won't settle down with you. Like, that's
different.
What a joy, you know? But
Did young Josh do drugs?
No.
Oh.
I've never done a drug in my life. Never even smoked weed.
But do you drink?
Yes. Yes. But I'm going to be honest, these days in my life, because it messes with my sleep, maybe.
But you take sleeping pills, so it's like who?
Yeah, I'm told not to mix those two.
You take a shot.
Yeah, I drink maybe once every couple months. But like
young fun Josh was a big drinker, not a big drug.
I went out and had my fun times. Yes, I was known to imbibe one or two or 4 or 5 or 6.
In Chicago, it's so easy to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the other thing is, I was never huge on drinking to all the way to having to vomit because I find throwing up to be my least favorite thing in the world.
I'm terrified of it.
It's a nightmare.
I won't do it.
No. So if I was drinking, I would always, I never had trouble putting a governor on myself to be like, we're good.
I don't know what that means.
A limiter to essentially say like, hey, you know what? After 6, like we're good. I don't need.
After 6.
Like we're good. Or whatever the number was. Listen, in like high school and college, in high school and college, the limiter was probably like closer to 10.
The fact that I survived college, like
shocking.
Sometimes I think about the things that my friends, not even me, because like for all intents and purposes, I was still kind of a goody two shoes, even though I drank a lot. But like the things that my friends did and we all survived sometimes like blows my mind.
Oh yeah. It's crazy.
Crazy. Roommates used to make fun of me because I would just like every time I was drunk, I would tell people that I had a secret, and the secret was always that I was drunk. Yeah.
Classic secret.
Classic secret. No one would have figured it out. But like, because it was so difficult to tell that I was very drunk, because one of my friends says that like, I'm so tightly wound sober that when I'm drunk, I'm just like a regular person. So people could like often not tell that I was that drunk. So anyway, I was never at risk of getting an MIP. I also like didn't really do like, that was the worst thing I did was like, I drank when I was underage, but like, I didn't like,
you never did drugs?
No, I mean, weed, but even in college, like I think I smoked once.
Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. But now weed is my, what's it called? My weapon of choice. What's that? What's the, not drug. What's the, like, you're like, when you have like a bad habit, it's like your
vice?
My vice.
Okay.
Thank you.
You went from weapon of choice to vice. That's a big jump.
I couldn't get there. Yeah. I don't like drinking that much anymore.
Yeah, who does?
It doesn't do it for me.
I just realized we probably need to get to the first segment. I took us past it, but you know what? I'm just going to keep it in this conversation because it's too fun. The first segment is called the Newly Friend Game.
Okay.
It's like the Newlywed Game, but we're friends. So you're going to grab your dry erase board over there.
Okay.
Literally, I could have asked a dozen questions, but now I'm just so interested in this conversation we're having that I'm just going to keep it within this conversation.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you a question. You're going to write down your answer. Don't say it out loud. I'm going to write down what I think your answer is, and we'll see if we get it right.
Okay.
Just to stick with this topic, when you were in college, what was your go-to drink of choice? And if it's a particular, you could include a brand. You don't just have to be like alcohol, you know? If it's like, I don't know what a good example is, but like you could choose a brand and a type. But I'm going to...
Okay, I kind of have 2 answers.
You can write them both. Okay, you ready? Flip your board on 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3, flip. Pre-21 was SoCo.
Love it. But then on my 21st birthday, it ruined it.
Okay, so then post 21, you did vodka pineapple juice of death?
That's what we called it. We used to make it in the plastic drawers, like the IKEA plastic.
Yeah, sure.
Like drawers full of it.
What was in it?
It was 1 part vodka, 1 part Sprite, 1 part pineapple juice.
That actually sounds delicious.
It was, and we drank it fast.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem with those drinks.
And it gets you, because it's so sugary, pineapple juice of death. And it hits you, you don't even know it's coming. You're like chugging, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, things are bad.
Yeah, I remember when I started bartending and I learned some tricks that I did not want to know, which like I used for a little bit.
Hold on. You wrote wine cooler?
Oh yeah. You never
in
had
college?
You never had Mad Dog in college?
No idea what that is.
Do you know what Mad Dog is, Elliot? Yeah. So
you think
Mad
in college
Dog,
we're just like sipping wine coolers?
no, it's not what you think it is.
Okay.
So Mad Dog 2020 is technically a wine cooler, and it's pretty much just a fruity drink where you can't really taste the alcohol. And so they did things at multiple schools, including mine, which they called Mad Dog Breakfast, which is you would get woken up by someone, like someone would like come in the room, wake you up, a bunch of your friends would already be awake, and they would be like, it's Mad Dog Breakfast, and they would give you a Mad Dog, and before you had to chug the entire thing before you got out of the bed. It is so high alcohol content, it would blow your mind, and it tastes like you're drinking melted candy. It is.
How many times did you have to do that?
I only did it once, but let me tell you, that was one more time than I ever wanted to do it. It was disgusting. It's
like
literally
getting
like
ice.
drinking melted Jolly Ranchers.
Okay.
It was awful, but
Yeah.
a lot of people drink it because it goes down super easy
Uh-huh.
and it's super alcoholic. But my primary guess was vodka cranberry. I just figured that was like going to be your go-to.
In the sorority house is what we did because we had like a juice. We had like a juice thing in the kitchen. Do you know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I do, but like,
Yeah.
I wish we had that. We didn't have that. You
It
had a juice
wasn't.
thing?
It wasn't like a fresh juice thing. It
No,
was like the
obviously
gross. Yeah.
But in
Anyway,
college,
that's
I
what we
didn't want fresh juice. I wanted juice.
Yeah, yeah.
You know?
And that's what we had.
Was there, you know what? I would have loved like a cider, like an apple cider.
Yeah. If the sorority had apple cider, that would have been what we used.
Do you know what I once had in high school? And to this day, it's one of my favorite shots that I've ever had because I've done it since. It's great. It's an apple pie shot, but not the cheap college ones where it's like, just have De Kuyper and this, that. I'm like, ugh. The apple pie shot I had someone made for me was 2 shot glasses. I had 1 shot of spiced rum, another shot of apple cider. So I would take the spiced rum, then you take the cider, and then someone is ready to put a little whipped cream in your mouth, and it was delish.
I'm kind of with Jess on this one. I kind of wish we knew. I want to go back
You wanna know Fun
I want to know Fun Josh.
Fun Josh was a lot to handle.
I want to go back in time.
If you think I'm like really talkative now, I mean, what a field day it was.
When you were drunk?
Yeah.
Just chatty Cathy.
Here's what's funny though, and
Yeah.
my friends will say this, and Jess, who's now seen me drunk a couple of times, literally only twice, but my friends from like college will say this too. It was very hard to tell when I was drunk or not. I was very much just like cool as a cuke, and would just continue to like, chat with people.
Cool as a cuke.
Cucumber.
No, I know what cucumber is short for. I mean, I know what cuke is short for. Anyway, keep going.
I
did.
But yeah, anyway, let's do this for me. We'll do this
Okay.
question for me. What was my go-to drink? Should I do pre and post 21? Okay.
I only had to do that because on my 21st birthday,
SoCo was ruined.
it got ruined forever. I literally can't even like look at the bottle. I feel sick.
Oh, Jesus.
Okay.
Okay. I'm going to give you either of these just because this is what I drank the most in college. And let me be clear. I'm not proud of either of the things I've written down.
I wrote down a couple things.
Okay. I'll give you, if you get any of them. So I wrote tequila shots and Natty Light.
I didn't guess any of that.
You wrote whiskey Coke, whiskey sour, Long Island iced tea. Let me tell you something about a Long Island iced tea for a second.
me.
Most of the people that make them, it's no stronger than any other drink you're going to get. I think that
You're not
like
into it.
Long Island iced teas to me, like a lot of people are like, oh, you get more bang for your buck alcohol wise. I'm like, no, you don't.
No. But in Ann Arbor, there was a place called Scorekeepers. We called it Skeeps. Okay.
Of course you did, because you needed to
Obviously to
you
shorten
need to breathe
it. And we were underage. And on Tuesdays, they would do $1 pitchers of Long Island iced tea or, okay, I can't think of what it's called, but it's one of the options. And it's literally a full pitcher of alcohol for $1. And it was, it was
We used to do
something.
There was a 10-cent pitcher night, but that was for beer.
For beer, a pitcher of beer is
Probably worth 10 cents.
and also like drinkable.
Yes.
$1 of like a full pitcher of Long Island iced tea is not an amount of alcohol that a human needs.
I don't think I would ever want it. Even fun Josh would have been like, oh, too sweet.
Even fun Josh.
Yeah, is it weird that now I'm on board accepting I'm not fun anymore? Like now I've joined the two of you and thinking I'm not fun. Like
it's not that you're not fun. It's just like I'd love to see you like a little like.
No, can you get that one more time?
Like a little of this.
I love that you think that me being fun, for those that are listening and not watching, it was kind of like almost like a cowboy kind of like shooting in the sky.
Unwound.
Someone said to me the other day, they were like, man, are you like scared of getting older? And I said, yes, but not at all in the way you think. And they were like, what do you mean? I was like, I don't actually care about the age. The age number means very little to me. The thing that means a lot to me is I'm just like, oh God, this means I really need to have figured out what I'm doing. The older I get, I'm like, I should probably have a better answer about how I feel about my life. And I definitely don't have that.
Yeah.
So that's scary.
A birthday always does that, I feel like.
Yeah.
Makes you sort of like New Year's Eve doesn't do it for me. I
don't care about New Year's Eve. I don't
give a shit about New Year's Eve.
Like, what is that day?
I hate it. It does nothing for me. My birthday to me is more an indicator of time passing.
Yes.
Where I have those moments. It's not on New Year's Eve. I don't make resolutions.
No. I treat my birthday and I treat New Year's Eve very much in like the, all right, buddy, how did we do this last year? Did you do anything? Did you accomplish literally anything? Name a thing. Got all day. I've got all day. I'll take a walk around the block. I'll check back in with myself. Do you think of anything? Oh, still not?
No.
Still nothing.
Yeah.
Great. Good for you.
It's tough.
365 well spent, Josh. And I'm like, I don't like calling myself such a harsh version of my own name.
I know. But it happens. And it's easy to do.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, do you ever, on your birthday, you said it was October?
Mm-hmm.
Did I wish you a happy birthday?
I don't remember, so probably not.
I think I did.
Okay.
Let me go back and check.
Yeah, check.
Do you sometimes think about like, oh my God, what am I going to do with my life? Like, what am I doing? I want to change it.
Constantly, every second of every day.
Okay.
It has nothing to do with my birthday.
Are you unhappy with all parts or some parts?
All of it.
Which?
Name a segment of life.
Your job.
Yeah. What job?
You're not employed at the moment?
I got laid off in August.
Mazel tov.
Thank you. And now I'm working as the director of nonprofit at The Crow, which I'm actually really enjoying, but
I
is
like The Crow,
not enough money. And I don't know. So that's an issue.
Well, you're dating a guy. He seems cool.
He's fine.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Not long-term potential there.
I mean, I don't know.
Okay. How long have you been together?
I don't know. It sort of depends on when you start the clock. He's been around before. He reemerged in the spring.
Okay.
And it's sort of been since like summer-ish, I guess.
Okay.
Okay.
I think there's nothing wrong with that. You're just saying there's no finite situation there, or not finite, no definitive thing about whether it works or it doesn't work yet.
Right. I mean, we argue a lot, and
friendly arguing or legit arguing?
Like, he's not a great communicator and I have anxiety. So that kind of arguing. And to be fair, he really pissed me off while I was on my drive over here. So I'm not feeling particularly.
Got it.
I called Sophia Zolan on my way here and I was like, I need to rant and rave before I get to Joshua so I don't sit down on the couch and I'm like, let me complain about everything and everyone.
I could rant to Sophia for days.
She's the best human.
But that's the only thing. I mean, like, as far as looking at life, I'm like, But you had said, job, relationship, who knows?
Home.
Comedy, great.
Home, great.
Okay, partner, so then there are things that I'm talking about for you.
Oh, no, I don't have any of those things. I thought we were doing you still.
No, we're not doing me. So in your comedy life, also not where you want to be.
No.
Where do you want to be?
I don't like this question.
Okay. You don't have to answer that.
Oh, okay.
I didn't mean to make you feel uncomfortable.
You don't make me uncomfortable.
That's nice.
Oh.
I think. Yeah, I wasn't sure if you were saying that.
You're so non-threatening.
Yeah. I wasn't sure if you were saying like, oh, you don't make me uncomfortable versus like, hey, you couldn't make me uncomfortable if you wanted to.
No, the first one.
Yeah. Listen, you.
No.
I don't know.
That's not the energy I'm trying to bring to this
Oh my God, what an energy would that be if you come in and you go, you don't have the strength.
I challenge you to make me uncomfortable.
Okay, this is about as good a time as any to jump into the lightning round. Are you ready for it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's 5 fast questions. They do not all have to be fast answers. And
Does everyone get the same questions?
Same questions for everybody.
Okay.
And I keep it on an index card, not because I don't have it memorized, but because it makes me feel like a talk show host.
Okay. Noted.
I feel like you couldn't see me as a talk show host. You just made a face.
You've inferred a lot from my face today, and it making me wonder I
what
feel like
faces you make?
Yeah, I need to like go look.
You
in
gotta
the
film
mirror.
yourself next time we're having a convo.
Okay.
Well, actually, we have a camera on you. This whole time.
I'll know now.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna watch this.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
No.
I don't even think you'll listen.
No, I won't.
Good, because I'm gonna put a lot of postscripts on this. Question 1: what is a favorite ritual of yours? So mine is brewing tea in the morning.
At night, I've started. I turn on the like bedside lamp in my bedroom, and I just leave that on for like the course of my evening because I feel like it sort of like signifies to me that like that is the sleepy time. That's like the energy of that room. It's just like a low light in that room. I like having it on. So when I get into, does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you don't leave it on when you go to sleep though?
No. But I just like, I go home, I shower, I'm like ready for the evening. I just leave that light on for the duration of my evening. So whenever I walk past my room, it's You're just like that's the energy.
Yeah.
It's like calm, low light, bedtime energy.
Question 2: what is a running bit you have with a friend or partner that makes you laugh?
I don't know that this is like a bit, but my best friend Nikki and I, we had talked for a brief time about like buying a duplex, so that we could like live side by side, but also like be homeowners in LA and like raise our whatever. And now we sort of use duplex dreams to like aspirationally be about anything. So if she's like, I have too many patients, she's a doctor. She's like, I have too many patients today. And I'm like, buckle down, duplex dreams. Like we're always working toward this.
Oh, it's like the motivator.
Yeah. We're like always working toward this duplex life that we're going to live together.
Verbal hashtag duplex dreams.
That's right.
Interesting. I sometimes I like think about the fact that like so I have some friends who are doctors and they've told me that like these days being a doctor is nowhere near what it used to be in terms of financial.
It's not. Although I mean, my dad is also a doctor, and I will say that people who go into medicine now, I think it's a little easier because you're going in like with expectations set of like what your cap is. But like when my dad started practicing medicine versus where it is now, I think has been
he's been like
traumatic.
Why did we all decline?
Yeah.
What kind of doctor is he?
He's an orthopedic surgeon.
Okay.
You know what that is?
No.
It's bones.
Okay.
Mostly, he specializes in foot and ankle.
Oh, listen, you could let him know that I have a sprained tibialis tendon.
You are welcome to go talk to him anytime you wish. I'm sure he'd be happy to take a look, see.
Yeah, well, I don't want to get surgery, so I feel like I'm already out.
Oh, well.
Yeah. Mainly because I'm just,
He's very strict. If he tells someone to or not to do something and they do their own thing and then go back to complain, he will tell you to go away.
I love
He's like, I told you not to do that and you did it anyway. And so like, now I can't help you.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Terrifying.
He's not fucking around.
No, apparently not.
Yeah.
Question 3. What is your most controversial opinion?
I hate apple pie. And
so when I said earlier about apple pie, you actually hate it.
I was upset. Yeah. I felt really triggered.
Do you hate all pie?
No, I like pie. I don't like baked apples. I don't like when food that's supposed to be crunchy is mushy.
Interesting.
I feel that way about vegetables too.
So you prefer a raw carrot to a cooked carrot?
Like I love like a barbecued vegetable because they still end up crispy.
Yeah, that's true.
Or like if I'm going to bake kale or like broccoli, I'll do it for so long that they get crispy again.
Yeah, I like roasting broccoli where it gets slightly brown.
Got a little, right.
One of my favorite things to do is if you ever throw lima beans on a frying pan and you cook them and you just brown them a little bit, they're great.
Okay, I've not done that, but I'm interested.
It's very good.
Okay.
So interesting. You really don't like apple pie?
I really don't. And it is weird to me how many people have strong reactions to that because it's a lot of people.
Am I having a strong reaction?
Not compared to people get like very
viscerally
upset that I refuse to eat apple pie.
Yeah, I mean, Jess's big thing is she doesn't like hot fruit. So that kind of takes out most fruit pies for her.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you'd eat like a berry pie.
I would eat a berry pie.
Okay.
But the berries that are in those pies are mushy naturally.
Right.
Blueberry,
so like
raspberry, whatever.
Exactly.
Yes.
Cherry.
Strawberry.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, cherry's actually not mushy, but.
No, but they're soft. It's not a crunchy.
Yes.
It's not like an apple. You like crunch and it's like crisp.
So you also won't eat a peach pie.
Yeah, I'll eat a peach pie. Peaches are not crispy. They're soft when you eat them.
I guess. I can't eat peach skin, so I mainly eat.
Why?
The fuzziness really gets to me.
Did you know I learned this year that you're supposed to eat the rind of a kiwi?
Oh, I knew that, but I won't eat it.
Yeah. Isn't that wild?
It's got most of the fiber and most of the vitamins in it.
I was like watching my friend eat it and I was like, I understand what you're saying, but like I feel like you're an insane person. It's like it's really fuzzy. Will you eat a nectarine?
Yeah, So nectarine is my second favorite fruit.
What's your first favorite fruit?
Mango.
Baked apple.
Yeah, baked apple.
Mango's a good one.
Yeah, mango, then nectarine.
Okay.
Then maybe pineapple.
Okay.
Yeah.
Those are good ones.
What are yours?
I love a stone fruit.
Okay. So
Same
nectarines. Yeah.
Nectarines, plums, apricots.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? This is question 4. Have you ever experienced imposter syndrome? And if so, is there a particular moment that sticks with you?
Literally constantly, like all the time as I walk through my day.
Oh.
I'm like, why? I'm like not a real adult. I'm not a real comic. Like all the time, I just like constantly feel like, what am I doing here? Why do I think I can do anything ever?
What is a real comic? I don't even know anymore. I've lost track of what is a real versus what we
I don't know. It's just like sometimes I'll like most of the time if I'm like in a green room or like after my set, I'm like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing here? Why am I doing this? But like, why? Like, what do I think I'm doing? Like, what is...
Don't you think that people wouldn't book you if they didn't? I mean, I'm not trying to argue your imposter syndrome. I just find that interesting.
You asked the question.
I know.
Like,
no, listen, I feel it too.
I often feel like, who do I think I am?
With anything.
All the time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I just... Yeah. I often feel like I'm walking through the world, like watching myself from an aerial camera. Do you know what I mean? Being
kind of.
Yeah.
Tell me more. I want to hear a little more about that.
Like, I am very rarely ever fully present in a moment. I'm always kind of like watching myself, or like I feel like I'm extra aware of stuff to my own detriment often.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there are very few times when I feel like the only thing I'm thinking about is the thing that I'm actively doing in that moment.
I mean, that's tough for any of us. So
but some people are very present.
That's true.
Or at least
were you present in this recording?
No.
So there you go. Because you were probably thinking, how's this going to look when I say it? Or were you thinking, what do I have to do later?
All of it. There's a song always playing.
What song?
It sort of depends on the moment.
Oh,
now,
I thought it was like one song all the time, yeah.
Yeah, just my theme song that I always hear. Yeah, I mean, there are moments. I mean, I'm not like not listening. Like I heard everything you said, but it's like, it's always like, what does my body look like? Like, how am I sitting on the couch? Can I move? Am I making too much noise? Like, am I talking too much? Did I interrupt him? Am I like, even now, like you were in the middle of a story and I got distracted because you wrote down, wine cooler. And I'm still like, I never asked him to finish that story. That was so rude. Like I've not stopped. I don't either, but I've not stopped thinking about it since that moment. I was like, that was so rude.
Does it help you to say I'm not thinking about it? If I tell you that I'm not thinking about that occurrence, does that help you at all?
No.
Okay.
I mean, thank you.
Sure.
But no.
Yeah.
Yeah. So very often I'm just like very hyper. I feel like even like dating someone, sometimes I feel like I'm like cosplaying as someone who's dating somebody. Like nothing, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I absolutely understand that.
Okay. Yeah. It just, I'm like, oh, am I supposed to like, oh, I'm like, I kiss you hello. And like, you know, what is the thing you're supposed to do now?
Are you ready for your final question?
Okay, yeah.
What is your favorite tea or comfort? So if you're not a big tea drinker, what is your favorite comfort? If you are a big tea drinker, what's your favorite tea?
I am not a big tea drinker.
So what is your favorite comfort?
Like chips, probably.
Any particular kind?
Lately, it's been Barbara's jalapeno. they're like organic gluten-free Cheetos. Hear me out.
I've never heard of Barbara's.
I know. And I also don't like blue cheese or jalapeno, but that's the flavor of this chip. And I always have at least 2 bags in my apartment and I house them. Like I can't stop eating them.
Barbara's gluten-free.
They're gluten-free.
What is it? Blue cheese and jalapeno chips.
Yeah. They look like little Cheetos.
Okay. Where can you get these?
Whole Foods.
Okay. And you recommend them?
They are so good that I'm like concerned. Like I don't really believe that they are like gluten-free and organic or whatever.
I am curious. Next time we know we're going to see each other.
Yeah.
Can you bring just a little in a Ziploc?
I literally could have brought a full bag today.
Well,
They're always in my...
Bring a little Ziploc.
Yeah, of
just so I
course.
can try a couple.
Hundo P.
Yeah.
I honestly would love to share this with you.
Fun fact, I believe you were the first person to ever say, because you said this to me a little while ago and I commented on it then, which is I never heard someone saying Hundo P. Oh. And that is like, you said that to me once and I thought that was interesting. Literally enough so that I told my buddy on the phone.
You did?
Yes. I called him. I don't remember where I saw you, but I had left and I was like, have you ever heard 100% shortened to Hundo P? And he goes, I have not. And I was like, I just did. He goes, how do you feel about it? I was like, interesting.
Uh-huh. And how do you feel now?
Great.
Are you going to start using it?
No.
No. Okay.
But I love that you do.
Thank you so much.
That was the whole podcast. How do you feel?
Okay. I'm a little nervous.
About?
I don't know.
Okay.
Like everything that came out of my mouth.
We're only going to cut the worst parts and make that the episode.
I thought so.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
I don't want
fine.
to do this anymore.
You can continue doing it, but that's the pod. Thank you for coming.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course.
This was very nice.
Thank you. That was Jamie Bliss. You can find her on Instagram and TikTok at The Blissful One. We'll be back next week, so until then, happy steeping.
Oh, my stomach is growling.
You hungry?
Yeah.
Oh, we can get you a snack afterward.
It's okay. I want to meet the cats.
And you can.
I'm very focused.
I can tell.